Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode in our blueprint compacting and optimization series. Today we will be dealing with the crystal generator. I've set up a little area, so let's head over and see what crystal generation is all about. In my Let's Play series, I built this rudimentary crystal generator on this 2x2 platform, and you can see what crystal generation actually does. If you have a shape with a gap, such as this 3/4 circle over here, a crystal generator will essentially fill that gap with a fluid. See, you can see it's going into the crystal generator, and the crystal generator is filling it up with a fluid, and that part is the crystal part. So you can see that is the output. It's quite simple. It also works with pins. So there's an interaction where if there's a pinned part, it will fill the pinned part with crystals. And we can demonstrate that using this other belt that I have. If we just route this in here, I've pinned up a circular shape and we can see what happens when you crystallize the pin parts. I think this is going to the closest crystallizer. Yep, there you go. You can see this pin shape is a regular circle with a layer of pins underneath, and you can see it puts in a layer of crystals where the pins used to be. So essentially that's how crystals work. There's some other mechanics with crystals. You can read about it in the knowledge panel, I believe. If you go down to crystals, it'll tell you there's some special properties of crystals, like when they can't be stacked, they get destroyed, and they can't be cut because they're fragile, right? They're fragile, they break when they're falling. When they're stacked, you can see when this blue one comes down, it falls and the crystal part breaks off. And you can do some cool stuff with that to make pins and things like that. It even tells you about these cool things you can do by abusing that crystal breaking mechanic to make some crazy shapes. Anyway, that is a little bit out of scope of what we're doing, because what we are trying to do is rebuild this crystal maker or crystal generator module in a more compact and efficient manner. Right now it is fully efficient. If we go to our bin, oh, is it fully efficient? Why is this not fully saturated? I think it was just lagging a little bit. But I believe my old build is fully efficient, or maybe it isn't. Well, we're definitely going to redesign this. So once we do the redesign, it should be fully efficient, as in saturate all 4 belts. I think there's some gaps. There might be a couple of bugs in here. We'll definitely fix that. And compact. We're going to see if we can get this into a smaller form factor. Now, just looking at this, does this look to you guys like it's going to fit on a 2x, or like a 1x1? Definitely not, right? But how about a 2x1? I wonder. Let's give it a go. Right, here we have our 2x1 platform, and let's just put a crystal generator in and see how it works. So it's a 2-tile building, and unfortunately it does go up for no reason. So you can't build this on a single layer and put it up, because you can't build this onto the 3rd layer since it is a 2-story building, and you can't stack it on top of itself because the top part of here juts out into the next level. So this is going to follow some principles of our stacking build. So maybe the best thing to do is to try to fit everything the way I've done here onto a single layer, and then use the 2nd and the 3rd layer for belt routing. I've obviously not used any jumpers here at all, so we should be able to condense the belting in here somewhat, but we'll see how that works out. So the crystal input takes in a shape and a color. But if you look at the volumes of what it takes in, it takes 3, how many buildings of this type can one fluid launcher supply? So if one fluid launcher can only supply 3 buildings, right? And one belt can supply 6. So in fact, you need 2 belts of fluid to supply 6, and you need 6 to supply out 1 full belt of shapes. So this will give you 1 full belt of shapes. And to supply this, you actually need 2 full belts of fluid, not just a single one. So we're going to need to do something like this. You can collapse 2 belts of fluid into a single belt by doing this. I don't think I've done that here either. Oh, maybe I have. I don't know. Yeah, I have. I've collapsed. So you can see I've collapsed 2 belts into one and supplied it. So we'll have to do something similar. So your color supply will look something like this, right? And that will be pretty much our build. We need to collapse this into a smaller form factor to see how we can fit all this into the thing. So we're going to need 12 sets of this, right? Because each set of 6 forms 1 full output belt, and we need 12 output belts. So our input's going to be like 2 sets of pipes. So we can try to figure out where the pipes are going to go. I like the idea of having the 2 pipe inputs coming on the same side. I don't want one coming like this and one coming like that, I think that just makes more sense, right? So my final build might look something like that. The pipes might come in like that, and the object might come in like this, and the output might come in like that. We won't tunnel ourselves into this design. in case we need to output somewhere else. But hopefully we can get something like this because this design makes the most sense to me. So let's take a row of crystal generators like this and get started. Let's see how we can fit even 12 of these in here somehow. We can always do like a staggered build. There is an option of doing this and then putting this up here, for example. Oh wait, this is already on the second layer. Ah, I did already stagger some onto the second layer. Holy moly, this is super complicated. Is this staggered across 2 different layers? No. Weird. Did I just build some on the second layer and some on the first layer? Yeah, okay. I did build some on the first layer and some on the second layer, but let's see if we can simplify that by fitting everything onto one layer. Let me take a layer 1 design. I think that's on the bottom layer. Kind of hard to see. Oh man, I'll just put them in from scratch. How about that? Start from scratch and we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No idea how I'm going to approach this, so bear with me while I figure some stuff out. So if we get our inputs in like something like this, and then we get our shapes in, should the input come from upstairs or should the shapes come from upstairs? I don't know, guys. I don't know. Let's just try some stuff. We'll get the input coming in from upstairs. And we'll have the shapes coming in from downstairs. Something like that, right? So that's the input for the shapes. But yeah, we'll have our input going in like this, and it can cut here. And then above that, we can have our pipes. This is like a very simplified version of the build, right? And then all our output can come out like this. Now, how many units of this did we need? So we need so many of these. We need 1, 2, 3. Whoa, how am I going to fit any of this onto a 2x1? That's going to be insane. So I need 12 of these. So I need to fit 6 down here and then somehow fit 6 above it. Holy moly. All right, well, am I using jumpers in here? I'm using jumpers. What? Let's learn some stuff from our old build. Why do I need jumpers? I don't know. Maybe jumpers will help. Let's try one without the jumper build. So if I need 6 on each, I need to, let's try to flip one and put it onto itself. How about that? Can we put this onto the second layer potentially? We can. Doesn't really save much space. But that's 2 units. That's 4. Yeah, this doesn't even fit onto a platform this size. What the heck? Can this fit into a 2x1? Let me think about this. Is there a different way to do this? We would probably need to somehow condense this even further, because it's already too wide to even fit that in there, right? We definitely need to abuse the second layer somehow. So let's do a version of this where it has a jumper cable. Can we fit 6 like this, maybe? Oh, here we go. Maybe we can do something like that. What if we had one like this, and then in above it, we can flip that and put it over here. At least we can collapse one layer of stuff. Then we can try to fit, we need 6 units of this, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not seeing it, guys. I'm not seeing how this can possibly fit onto this platform. 2x1. Is it possible? Is it possible at all? Because you need 6 per thing, right? We're going to need to do some crazy stuff. And then how are we going to weave like 300 belts worth of stuff into that design? What the heck? Is that even possible? Is this already a condensed and compact build of the Crystal Maker? All right, let's just take this onto a 2x2 platform and then we'll decide. How about that? I think I can clean up the belt work on my old Crystal Maker. But anyway, either way, if we can't condense anything under a 2x2 platform, I'll still show you guys how I built the Crystal Maker from scratch. And look, we might end up with exactly a design that looks like this, but hopefully a cleaner version of this. So let's bring this over. So that's 1 unit of it, and we need 6 of these units. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just going to put it here for now so I know how many I need, but we'll work on 1 unit at a time. So I think one thing I can definitely condense is in the old build, we're kind of using 2 at a time, but why don't we use 4 fluid launchers worth of liquid at a time? And that can just use 1 pipe to feed both of these, right? Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. So what if we flipped it and they can just share a pipe? Oh, that would make a lot of sense, wouldn't it? All right, let's try that. There, we put the top layer here, then we get them to share a pipe. I think that's the best way to do it. Okay, we can share this input by putting it like this. But the belt can't be shared. Oh, maybe I got an even cleverer design in mind. Might have something even cleverer. Let's try something like this. Why can't we share the belt? Let me ask myself that question. If we get rid of this top belt, wait, is this the top one or the bottom one? Oh no, I want the bottom layer shape. So here's my output belt and here's my input pipe, right? Then if I take this input pipe and I cut it, and we'll do the input a slightly different way because we can get our crystallizers like this over here flipped, then they can kind of share an input, right? Because this can go in, the shapes can feed 6 like that, then these shapes can feed 6 like that. So we've got 2 inputs worth of shape, one can feed 6 and 2 belts can feed 12, and 1 full belt of pipes can feed 12. We definitely need a little bit of room for the pipe work though, something like that to go up. So we're getting 2 belts of shapes and 4 belts worth of liquid to feed in like this. So for example, I just want to test. Why is my thing cut? All right, maybe I get some actual liquid in here, and we'll just test one as we always do to make sure it's all working. I have set up a double extractor of fluids here. So wait, no, I haven't. Now I have. There we go. All right, let's test this. Let's get rid of all of these other old designs. So I have my 2 belts in, my 2 belts out, and then we'll just hook all this up now. I think this should form a single unit, and I need 6 of these to form my full design, right? And now I'm just thinking, can we like put these super side by side and get them like really hugging close? We'll see how we go. But let's test this liquid pipe theory first. So let's bring this up. That should be able to feed all of that because this is 7,200 liters. And then if I get 2 belts of shapes in, we'll just use this shape, I guess. Then I need a belt, my shape belt, to come in somewhere like over here, and one needs to feed that and one needs to feed that. And this should give me 2 full belts out. Let me just test that theory. We always test things on one set of designs first, then we can determine whether that is correct, and if it's correct, then we move on. All right, after giving it time to saturate, it looks like that is indeed giving me a full belt of shapes. So let's cut all these belts and we will figure out how to efficiently design this, because the input doesn't need to come from here. It can come from the most efficient place, but I think I need to maybe put down all of these to sort of decide where the most efficient place is. So these are the outputs, and that's one input. I think I might put a belt like that to denote there's 2 inputs so I don't confuse myself. We'll cut the pipe and we'll decide where the input of the pipe goes. I can connect literally anywhere. Not really. Oh yeah, it can come through. No, it can't because this thing sticks out. Oh my god. I mean, I can always route it from up and down, whatever. Like, we'll figure it out. We'll figure out how to do the piping in the most efficient way possible. I don't even know if this, like, directionally, is this even the best way to put it, because we can always put it like this as well to line it up, line the pipes up. So we do like 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. Let's see if this design now fits on a 2x1. I don't think so. 1, 2, even if they share an output lane, let's say 3, 4, 5. There ain't no way, guys. There ain't no way you're fitting this crystal maker onto a 2x1. I don't think so. If you guys can figure out how to do it, oh man, you'd have to do something like this and then like have this design upstairs stacked on top of itself somehow, like here. Oh, I don't know, guys. You guys can figure that one out. I think I'll leave that as homework for you guys to do, and I will just stick with this design. Let's try it this way first. Where is like a central place to put this? So if I put 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here, I'm not going to get it to share an output belt yet. This is an output, this is an output. So if I wanted to share an output belt, these 2 can share an output belt, then these 2 can share an output belt. Should we share an output belt? Maybe. Let's try it with sharing an output belt. So if we were to share output belts, then these 12, oh, I'd have to cut it here. Each 6 is an output, right? So that's an output. These 6 form an output. These 6 form an output. Then we do the same thing over here. These would form an output. So these 6 would form an output. We can cut that. And then these 6 would form an output. So here's our inputs, here's our outputs. We've got 6 outputs of our 12. 1, 2, 3. We'll output all the same direction. 4, and then we've got 2 more here. Can we hop these out somehow? No, they're going to be stuck out here. So we've got 2 really hard to deal with outputs up here. But, you know, they can probably later on just go to the 3rd level and get out over here somewhere. I think that looks okay to me. Then we can probably figure out whether this is even possible before we duplicate it again. So this is 6, which is 4 of my bottom level and 2 of my mid level. So let's just hook this up and see how this all works. But this should consume 1 entire full belt of liquid, right? Because 1 set of 4 feeds that, 1 set of 4 from the 2nd level feeds that, and 1 set of 4 feeds that. So let's get the liquid in first, and then we'll deal with the shapes in a bit. So if we bring the liquid, let's just go straight up and over. Not like that. No, they can't go up and over. It needs to go around. All right, around it is then. So we'll go around this way and in this way, because they can't come in here. They can't come in here. They can't. They have to come in through the side. But that shouldn't be a problem. Maybe we should use the bottom level as much as we can before we go up like that. That way we can keep things clear for the 2nd level. So if we copy this up to the 2nd level, this 2nd level should be easier to route, but we need to route it over to the next one. So let's do something like that, I guess. We'll use this side this time. And then for the 3rd level, we will do something very similar. We'll paste that in and we will route that over and down, I guess. I don't know where. We'll definitely need to move these pipes at some point, but for now, that makes sense to me. Does that look good? I think that looks all right. So we've got all our fluids in from one belt into one of these units. Then we need to get our input in. So our input is going to consume 6 out of 12 of these. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we need like 2 more from here somewhere, right? So let's get the 4 in here. We'll start with the closest way possible. So we'll do like up, and then we'll do the most difficult ones first, which is probably the one out here, right? And we can always move this whole design down if we need more like top down space, which would look like we might need some space up here to deal with these outputs. Even if I denote the output here, it's sort of confusing me, but that's fine. The next one needs to come out here and then here. Can we do that with hoppers? Am I over the halfway point? Okay, we don't have that much space as I thought, because we do need hoppers and we do need some clearance for the output. I might need to shift the whole design out this way a bit. I'll probably end up shifting the whole design as far out to the right as possible to clear the left side for output, or I might change the output onto the right side. I don't know. We'll figure it out, guys. We'll figure it out together. So if we do a hop like that, that is the maximum hopping distance we can do. We can hop like this. That doesn't help us. We can always use the 2nd layer to bring these down. Maybe we should bring this one from the 2nd layer. So if we take the 2nd layer input and we take it all the way over like this, then maybe that one can go feed this somehow, like that, and then down and then in. I guess that makes sense to me for now. Then this one can be fed with a simple one from the 1st layer, like that. Then these 2 need to feed which ones? That one, and that one. So there's 3 more, 1, 2, 3, and they need to feed these somehow. So I guess we can do a hop-de-hop like this over, so we clear the output. Then this last one needs to feed something. So if we go over here, we can feed this one like this with a hop and another hop, and that's perfect to go in. Then our last one comes from the 2nd layer, and we can get that to feed the last input, which is over there. I see it. So we can go here and we can go down. Okay, I think that makes quite a bit of sense. Obviously, it can't do that because it's blocking the input from the other 2 things. So we've got to give it some clearance, 2 tiles of clearance, like that. Then maybe we can collapse some of these belts like this, and that's looking all right. Now I'm just trying to think, should I shift this all the way to the left or all the way to the right, or just leave it in the center? I don't know until I make the other side, do I, to see which side of clearance I need. I have a feeling I want to shift it all the way to the right to avoid this mess of belts, but I think I need the right side. Oh, I don't know, guys. I don't know. I can't decide right now because what's going to be difficult? I don't know. Let's try to get the output out. So I'm thinking these 2. So how many outputs do we have? We have 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 outputs. They need to go into 4 of these 6 things here. So some need to go on the 3rd level, and I'm gonna hazard a guess that these ones that are super far away need to somehow get onto the 3rd level. Because where else are these things gonna go, right? So that's 2 out onto the 3rd level. Where's my other 4 outputs? 1, 2, 3, 4. These are already here. They look like a really good candidate to go. Well, maybe these will go onto the 2nd level and out, because whatever I build, like say I copy this entire design now and chuck it down over here, say like give it some clearance, then I'm gonna have 4 output belts that probably make the most sense to go straight out here, right? I believe so. I think this makes sense. And I've given it just enough room to do that. That means potentially these 4 belts need to go up and over. So maybe I will get this belt to stop getting in everybody's way, like this. Just do it wherever. Just create some sort of gap. That way it'll allow these output belts to come up. They might need to like go up slightly somewhere else, but that's fine. So if I got this output belt to like come up, say here, then it can come around. This one is the 2nd one, and it can come up like here and go out like that. Then this one can come out here and out like that. It's forming a pattern, guys. I love it when it forms a pattern. And that one, oh, that's not going to the 3rd layer. That one's going out to there. So I've got my 4 bottom layer outputs. I've got my 4 2nd layer outputs. And then my 3rd layer output will probably be these difficult ones again. So that one and that one. There's only 2 here, right? So this will go up to the 3rd level and out. And this one will also go up to the 3rd level and out. And I think this is quite easy to get out. So let me just out this as clean as I can. Probably just direct. Is there anything wrong with direct? I don't think so. And then this one can go out like this and go down. This one can go out there. Oh, that one can't go out there. It needs to maybe do a little bit of a maneuver over here maybe. And then through these and then out. These stupid crystal makers that stick up. Oh my god. Alright, so they can go out like that. I don't know why I changed the output belt from here to here. It's just, for some reason, it just made sense to me to do it this way. But yeah, that can go out. There's your 4 2nd level outputs, and then here's our 4 3rd level outputs. And our 3rd level outputs are completely free to do whatever the heck they want. So let's just bring them out together. And then we'll see where it makes the most sense to output them. So I guess this one just goes here. Is there any like mirroring I can do with the level underneath to make this prettier? Not really. Let's just do that. And then that. That. And that. That's it. That's our 12 out, guys. And then we just need to wire the in. So the in for these 6 are done. And I just need the in for these 6 to be done. And I've already used up all the room I can possibly use for this. So I think maybe I did the out a little bit too early, and then we just got to do the wiring. Oh crap, forgot about these these pipes that I just killed. So let's just put in a jumper somewhere, but we can fix that pretty easily. All right, forgetting the piping. Oh, maybe we should do things in the same order so they end up working the same, right? So let's take this sort of crazy input shenanigan going on here, and that's our 3. That should be 3. Why is it only 1? Oh, right, because I've hidden the top 2 layers. I wanted to copy all 3 of these and put it over here. Like that. That way we get all 3 layers of blue. And they need to go in a very similar way to what I had before. But this is... Oh, right. I can't just cross this like this craziness. Let me fix the 2nd layer. Because remember, this central bit has a pipe. We forgot about the pipe, guys. We forgot about the pipe. So let's get rid of this. And let's put that back down, and let's put that back in, and we'll fix the piping now. We'll get that going across, and this can work the same way. I think we'll use this clearance area over here to deal with that, and then that can go in like that. Then we will need the 1st level pipe. Maybe the 1st level pipe should go in like that, and the 2nd level pipe should go do a bit of a longer detour maybe. I don't know, guys. But we'll keep it as similar as we can. Why can I go out directly into here? I can't. I'm overriding something important. So let's go down and out like that. And then on the 2nd layer, it can go out. Did I have this going out and around? No, it went the other way, but in this case, it can't go the other way. So it needs to follow this direction. Why do I have this thing here? I don't know, but let's get that going like that. Let's get that piping back in. We've cut all these belts, but we'll figure out a new pathing for them. There should be one that exists, I'm sure of it, but it'll be something like this. We'll get this piping in, cut these belts, and then get this piping in. I say it should be easy, but then it's going to turn out to be like super difficult, isn't it? Oh. What have I done? I've done silly things, guys. Give me a sec. Let me copy these over, copy that one over, and then do the piping. Great. That's 2. And then we got to get one more out from the 3rd layer, but that one should be the easiest one to deal with. I want my pipe straight, and then turn here, and then down, and then in. And again, oh man, I cut so much stuff. All right, we got to rethink the 2nd layer outputs, guys. The 2nd layer output was too easy, suspiciously easy. So, you know, when things are too good to be true, there's usually something wrong with my design. That's fine. We'll figure that out and fix it up. So, this first one is fine. The second one is fine. Why did I have to cut this pipe? I didn't. The second one is fine. This third one is not fine. It needs to do some sort of hoppy maneuver. So where is the best place to do a hoppy? Let's work backwards. We want to get here. So it can't hop there. It can't hop there. It can hop there, but then it's still stuck. Oh man. I think we need to move them all out here first and then hop them over. Let's see how we can do that. So this is already being used. Can we hop backwards this way? Let me just cut all of this piping, and then we'll start again. When in doubt, just start again. It's fine, guys. I don't think there's any way to hop over these builds, is there? I can hop over these builds. Why? Why not? But it can't hop over the bits with this. It has to hop over the bits where there's nothing there. If that makes sense. It can't hop over the bits where you see the little circles, but it can hop through here. So maybe I should. But then how do I get this one through here? How did that one get through here? There's no gap that lets me get through here. Oh man. But that's fine. What happened to my this pipe? Did I delete my 2nd level pipe? Oh right, this thing. Oh man. Everything's in disarray, guys. Everything's in disarray. Well, this doesn't need to go there, right? It can go a little bit closer. No, it can't because there's things in the way here. Okay, that needs to go there. Then we need to give clearance over here somewhere by giving a pipe, a jump here, and then this output can have more clearance on the 1st level to go up here and then out. But this one's going on the 3rd level. Yeah, that's fine. We'll do that. That should still work. Oh man, I thought it was going to be super easy, guys. I thought we were nearly at the end, but we haven't even done the inputs yet. All right, these outputs need to come out somehow. So I think I need to do this one's jump somewhere over here somewhere, like here. Then that can go there, and then that can go out and around the back. Yep, and then that can meet its friend over here. So these are my 4 outs, basically. So one needs to crawl back out this way. This one needs to go like that. Not as clean looking as before, but functional. Functional is more important than perfectly clean. That is completely necessary, right? Because of this thing. Well, not 100%. We can clean it up a little bit, a tiny little bit. You know, we like to remove all the kinks in our little build. So we can jump that, and then this can cleanly go downwards in a straight line. Then this can go cleanly downwards in a straight line. And hey, maybe this little entrance over here will help us one day. All right, I believe that is all the 4 outputs done, or sorry, all 12 outputs done. Why are these 2 outputs no longer outputting anything? Because there's no shape there, of course. Dope. All right, there's no inputs. Now we got to do the last 6 inputs and we're done, guys. 6 inputs and we're done. So these inputs definitely need to come out here somewhere. And then we can do, once we do these 2 inputs, we can do the 3rd layer inputs, because the 3rd layer is the one that's the easiest to deal with. So let's figure out where we need to input. We need to input 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, and then 2 here. All right. So where's the easiest that these 2 can go, given that they are, well, the 1st layer is free. So is it not easy to do this one And this one, wait, no, that's an output, sorry. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So maybe, is there enough room to get to these two? Let me try. So if we bring one belt down and in like this, then can we hop over to input over here somewhere? Can't hop 2, or can we hop 2? Definitely can't hop 2. We can hop like that, then get that one into the middle. Then these two are stuck completely. What if we hop this? Nope, that doesn't work. We can cut this belt if needed. But where can the third layer, because I can get my input from the third layer. Remember, we still got 4 inputs to deal with from the third layer, and they can access the most difficult parts of this build. So let me just have a think about this. Where is a sense-making place to come down here? Because this is stuck on the second level, and this is stuck on the first level. There's no other input besides coming straight through the floor here for this one. So I think I definitely need to cut this belt, unfortunately. So my clean input over here is no longer going to cut it. So we're definitely going to need to cut this belt. Like that. Then we will be able to get one out like this. I feel like I've probably positioned this in not the most efficient way possible. So maybe I'm just like creating unnecessary difficulty for myself at this point, but who knows? Who knows, guys? Who knows? Get that through here, and then we'll get that through here. I think that looks fine. Why did we need to do all that again? Because we needed to get this shape in somehow. And to get this shape in, we needed to come from the third floor. So let's just route one of them. Probably need the second one, I'm guessing. This is still guesswork at this point now, but that's fine. To get it into there, I needed to clear that one tile to get it into here. Okay, then I need one to go out this one, because this one also needs an input, but I can get that out directly from the third layer if I just go through here. Something like that. Then we can bring that over. Oh man, so much hopping required. Got to go through the pipe. Well, over the pipe, not through the pipe. And I believe it's like here somewhere. Go down and turn in there. All right, so that's the 3 inputs done. We got 3 to go, and we should have 3 pipes left. 3 cables, 3 belts left. 1, 2, and 3, 4. No, that one's already connected. So where does this one go is the question. There's nothing else that needs to be done on the second floor. So let's just take this all the way out, and let's get this over this little gap, and we'll get that cabled into one of these things. Belted into one of these things. I keep saying cable, but I mean a belting. Then this one, this last final 2 needs to go into these. Where are the inputs in this? There? Why do I have a jumper here? What? I'm confused. I think these are just copied over from my the top section when I copied it down. But essentially they need to go here, and there's plenty of room I'm seeing that these can do that in many different ways. So let's just get this out using all the space possible, like that. And we'll get one coming out over here somewhere, I believe. Where is it? It's over here, following this pipe. Go in like, oop. Down to the bottom level and in like that. And very similarly over here, we'll get that going over, where is it? That one's following this pipe. Yeah. And just like that, I think that's all of them in. Let's test if the throughput of this is all working. I believe I'm getting shapes on every single level now, so that's definitely a good sign. We'll put our bin down and we'll let that run for a little bit to see if this design actually works. And ladies and gentlemen, I believe that is 4 times 3 fully saturated belts of crystallized shapes. So principle number 1, efficiency, that is fully saturated and looking good to me. Number 2, compactness. Now this is going to be a very interesting question, because can we get this onto a 2x1? That is the ultimate question. If we take one minimal unit of this and go over here, it doesn't fit. And if we do it like this, it doesn't fit. I don't see how you can compact this anymore. Somehow you'd have to like put one unit of this above it, weave it in between somehow. I don't see it. I'm not seeing it, guys. Homework for all of you to figure out. Can you get that onto a 2x1? If you can, fantastic. Send me the blueprint. I'd love to see it. Someone gave me a fantastic suggestion about me doing some blueprint reviews from you guys. So if you guys do have cool blueprints, I would like to set up some sort of framework for you guys to send that in to me. My email is actually in the my channel's description, so you can go reveal that email. You can actually just email me your blueprints and I will put them in and see if I can check them out and review them. Maybe I'll do like a blueprint review series after this. So if you're interested in that, definitely send me an email and we'll see where we go from there. But in terms of principle number 2, compactness, I think this is the most compact I can get it. I'm sure you guys can get it onto a 2x1. Principle number 3, cleanliness. I mean, this is reasonably clean. This looks okay to me. It's definitely an improvement on this mess. I mean, it's actually more compact than this if you think about it. We're using all of the space here, but we're only using like, you know, 3/4 of the space here and a little bit for belting. And I think functionality wise, it works pretty well. It's very simple to get your 2 input belts. If you have really long tracks of, like if it's a really long stretch of piping you need to do, you can combine your 2 inputs into the one and you can very easily split off like this. And I'll probably save this split off part as part of the blueprint. And then you got your inputs here and you got your output here. It's all pretty straightforward looking. So I think I'm happy with this design, guys. We'll leave it at that. There's probably some cool stuff you can do to clean up some of these shenanigans that are happening on level 2. So we go up to level 2. We could probably do something here to make this a little bit better. Can we just like jump this cable like instantly and make this cleaner somehow? Oh, we could do that. And that instantly cleans up that section a lot. So it's all done on 2 lanes. This part, I don't like this kink. Can we solve that somehow? Can this come out somewhere else? Not really, because everywhere is blocked. I mean, I could hop it. I could make this come out backwards over here and then hop. Maybe that'll clean up the kink over here and get that all lined up. Maybe that looks a bit better. Let's give it a go. Nothing wrong with trying things, guys. Always be trying things. So if we go back down to the level 1, we can bring this up and backwards and then get it to go into like here or here. And then we can hop over here and that way we can have that coming out direct. And that cleans up this lane. We don't need that anymore. This lane can now just do a turn here and that can hop here like that and give some clearance for whatever other shenanigans I might need to do. And then that needs to go there, does it? I guess it can come backwards and then go straight like that. And then this one can just go in and fill this missing gap like Tetris. And that cleans up that second level, gets everything a lot straighter. Is there any other stuff we can clean up? Can this go down to the first level? I mean, I guess it can have like less stuff on the second level, make it look a bit better. You can come straight out here and go in here like that. That looks a bit better. Is this piping necessary? I guess it is. Yeah, I think that looks fine, guys. I really think that looks fine. Maybe this can also do stuff on the first level. We could probably shift all this to the left and make it hug the pipes more to give more clearance out here, but not really necessary. I think I just got lucky and it had just exactly enough room. Is there some cleanup we can do here? Maybe not really. It looks kind of fine. Everything kind of follows everything else. What is going on over here? Why is there 2 random sticks here supporting this? All right, that's just, I think they're just like support pillars. That's fine. This is all looking fine. That can't really clean up anymore. Yeah, guys, I think this is all looking good. I'm pretty happy with this design. It all functions. Everything is coming out at max saturation. It's been running for quite a while now, so it all works. I think it's nice and clean, and I will be keeping that build. So let's take a copy of that. We'll orient it the correct direction like that. We don't need the bin in our blueprint, but we will keep one of these space belts and space pipes in here to indicate which side is which easily. So we can now save that blueprint as our Mark III crystallizer. And I like to use these crystal icons for the crystallizer. I keep calling it a crystallizer. It's actually called a crystal maker. So we'll put that into our BP redesign series, and we will leave it at that, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed watching me figure all that out again. I think we did do a little bit of an improvement on our old design, so that's good. Remember, this game is all about incremental improvements, 1% at a time. Every iteration makes things better. If you've enjoyed this episode, don't forget to leave me a like and subscribe. Otherwise, I will see you in the next one.